Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jean-François from Hitachi Vantara. I'm sales engineer specialized in big data, analytics, and IoT. I'm based in Paris, France. And today we're going to see how Hitachi's Pentaho solution enables to massively move database tables to a MongoDB NoSQL database. So first, a quick word on the Pentaho solution, which is an end-to-end data analytics solution. That means it lets you ingest data from any types of source in the cloud or on-premise, prep it, blend multiple sources together, enrich the data with machine learning, for instance, apply business rules, and deliver the data to finally be able to explore it, visualize the data, and build dashboards or reports for the end users. All this pipeline has a strong governance layer. So Pentaho is a real industrial solution. So our data integration modules enables you to easily and in an agile way to read data sources, transform the data, and write to a target source of data. We offer a powerful inline visualization tool that lets you discover the data within the transformation design. So I've put here 2 screenshots, which lets you understand how you can design easily data transformation, and at each step of the data journey have a good visualization of what the data is made of, to be able to assess if there are no quality errors, but mostly to understand what is the data in there. So today our goal is to be able to read a data source, in our case a database with multiple tables, and write it to MongoDB. So that's fairly easy when you have one table that you want to move in a MongoDB collection. But what happens if you have hundreds of tables in a database? So Pentaho offers a unique functionality which is called metadata injection, which basically lets you develop one template which defines how you're going to transform one data source to one data target. For example, it can be one table of a database to one collection of MongoDB. The system will allow you to parse all the tables in your database and inject for each table into this template all the metadata that's necessary to write in MongoDB. So this reduces development time, costs, and risks, for you don't have to do hundreds of data transformations. It allows you also to centralize maintenance of its transformation and also to centralize business rules. So note that our example today is about MongoDB, but we're going to be able to do the same thing for any type of source to any type of target, such as Hadoop or any databases. So this is also known as the fill in the data lake blueprint, and it's used in production for many major customers with a huge amount of source data. So now let's focus on the demo. So let's say I want first to write one table of a database to one collection of MongoDB. So I will use here Pentaho data integration that you see here, and I'll build a transformation, and I will drag and drop first a read table step, which is very easy to configure. I'm going to specify here the database connection name, which will then let me select a table. Let's choose customers, for instance. The system will detect all the metadata, all the column names in the database automatically. And then I will want to write this to MongoDB. So I'll use the MongoDB output step. Please note that I'm using the 8.2 enterprise version of Pentaho. If you use the community version, you might want to download this step from the community marketplace. So then let me configure this MongoDB step. So this fits pretty much my configuration for my MongoDB server on this machine. And then I can get the options for writing out the data. So I'm going to choose one of my databases on my server. I'll choose the MI Mongo one. And then I can write a target collection of my choice. I'm going to write it in there. Then I can choose the fields that I'm going to get from the database and write in the collection. I'm going to take all of them. Note that I can create indexes if I want, indices. And I'm pretty much ready. So I'm going to execute this transformation. I have to save it first, so I'll save it as Mongo sample. And here it is, it has been executed. I can check here that the system has 122 input data and that we have outputted to MongoDB 122, so the transformation is complete. I have some speed ratios here, and of course I can preview data at any step. So this is an easy one table to one collection. So I might want to check my collection here in my MongoDB server. So you see there is my collection here that's been created, and I can also check if there are any data in there. Yeah, my customers are here, so no worries. Okay, what if I want now to do automatically all my database to MongoDB collections? For this, I'm going to use metadata injection. So first, I define what we call a job, which is a number of sequential steps, excuse my English. In this, I will first list all the tables in my database. So this is quite easy. This is done through a transformation that selects all the tables in my schema and stores all those names in memory. Then the second step is that I will call the metadata injection, which basically for each table will call an empty template. Okay, so let me show you this template. This is the key of a transformation. So here you remember that we had to specify all the fields. Here I'm just taking the table name as a parameter, so it will iterate on all the table names. And in my MongoDB output, I still have to put, though it could be parameterized, the credentials for my MongoDB. I have specified a database here, but it's not mandatory. It could be also passed over, but you see here it's all empty. I do not specify any fields. Those fields will be fed in by my metadata injection. So let's go back to the metadata injection step. If I open it here, I can see that I have here all the steps of all the parameters of my template. So I can change a few things here. I will use, I will remove this because it's already set in my template. I will specify that the collection has to take the name of my table, and that all the fields that are going to be outputted in the collection comes from my column name of the table. Okay, so this is fairly simple to parameterize. I can save what I've changed here. And the idea is to be able then to run this job and as you can see in the log, it takes table per table and writes collection to MongoDB. Okay, all set. Now we might want to check if the collections have been created. And you can see here that additionally to my first test, I have loaded all my tables as collections to MongoDB. So I could see, for example, my products. Wrong table name, sorry for that. Wrong collection names. And here we have all our products. So fairly simple. I could do templates, for example, on any type of output. Could be a Hadoop step, Hadoop file output. It could be Parquet file output. It can be all sorts of things. So it's fairly powerful. Okay, thank you very much. And I'll try to produce a few other simple demos for you.